I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network. We're here at the Activate Network Summit 2012, and I'm here with one of the founders, co-founder of Activate Networks. His name is Pete DeWan. He's the Chief Scientific Officer. Love that title.
Thanks.
You're one of those smart guys, huh?
I am.
And proud of it.
That title, yeah.
Congratulations on your success with Activate, on the success of this event. Talk about being a co-founder of the company. How did this all come about?
So I think the key really on any kind of network analysis is finding data where you can put two people together. And so we look around anywhere we can to find a situation where we can say, hey, these two people went on a business trip together, these two people worked on the same project team, they sent emails together. And so the first thing that we found was a way to figure out how physicians had relationships with each other. And that was looking at how patients flow through the system. And so that was really the first thing. So we started the company, didn't know how well it was going to work. I spent 6 months getting no pay, figuring out how to put this all together. At that point, it was successful enough and looked good enough that we managed to get our venture capital, and we've been going gangbusters ever since.
So you started in the medical field.
Yep.
You started realizing the power of physicians networks, right? Mm-hmm. And then what led you to say, wow, this can work cross-industry. This can work, and divide it between, your organizational network analysis and your social network analysis after that?
Right, so I came out of Harvard, and we had been doing social network analysis on Framingham data, which that's data on individuals. We were looking at obesity in networks, smoking cessation, a variety of things like that. So we had looked at a lot of things before, and really we were thinking about possible commercial applications. Mm-hmm. It was seen that we could connect physicians together where we realized there was obvious commercial applications to that. And so really we started on that because it was the easiest. And since then I've just been looking around for new things to do. So always trying to find a new way to build a network and see what we can do with it.
Right. So when you talk about harnessing the power of social networks and with businesses and to get results, really you can talk about any industry now with what's happened over the last 5 or 10 years now, can't you?
Absolutely. Every people connect in every walk of life, and it's always just a question of measuring it. Once you measure it, you can see a lot of things that you just can't see at an individual level.
So since you started with the company and now where the company's growing, what are some of the aha moments you have with potential clients that end up getting it? Little light bulbs go off when you show them some data and they say something like, well, I never realized that. Is there a specific example you can give, or what are some of the common aha moments you have with clients or potential clients?
Let me think about that for a minute. I think the first thing is that people are trained to think in individual levels.
Yes.
And the other thing that they first ask us about is always Twitter, Facebook. And so the very first thing that we do is try to explain to them what we do, that it's not Twitter, we're not another Facebook, and that we can provide analytics that are going to provide above the individual value that they can see through any other metric. And I think that concept, once that comes into people's head, they start to see, I could apply that in a million different ways. Yeah. I'm not really seeing what my customers are worth. I'm not really seeing what my employees are worth, because I don't see how they interact with other people.
Interesting point. Putting value on your clients and on your employees in a good way.
Yeah.
Not a number on them, but actually, yes, putting data around them to understand who are the key influencers, who the value that they have. Right?
Yeah, I think my dream here is we've worked a lot in static places, saying here's the influential people. Let's look at a few people in here. But the real promise of social networks is to create a contagion effect. So to find some ways to find the influencers and then push out from them to spread throughout the entire network. And to the extent that we can do that, that is where we're going to really see the full power of what social networks can bring.
So final question I want to ask you, as someone who's a co-founder of the company, this day, was there an aha moment for you? Was there something that you learned today that you didn't know? Or was there something that's reinforced to you that's been reinforced before? Or maybe it was reinforced over and over again today?
I think the biggest thing I learned today was actually from Peter Glor, who does work on online social networks. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I discredited these a bit, not thinking that there was a lot of value there. And I think seeing what he's been able to do with finding influential people, looking through things like Twitter, which it can be hard to see the value in there, really impressed me. And I think that there's actually a lot there which I didn't realize.
Great. Nice talking with you, Peter.
Nice talking to you as well.
Peter DeWan of Activate Networks. We're at the Activate Network Summit 2012.